Hey y'all, back with part 8. So, um, so he called me, he tell me about this job, and he like, well, here, all the rules they had at HelloFresh, they don't have the rules here, right? You can do this, you can do that. You can even go, outside. You ain't got to be stuck in the building all day, which at HelloFresh, you was in motherfucking jail for real. Cause they had, I'm talking about the bars on the fucking patio. Like, we couldn't go outside to our cars on our break. We couldn't do none of that. The most we could do was order food and go through them bars just to get our food, and then come our ass right back in. Now, if you was going to your car, cause like they did let certain people to go out to their car to like get their phone or something, or something they left in the car or whatever. But other than that, their ass couldn't go outside. So the farthest you get outside is that damn patio, and you still in jail. Them damn bars. So um so I started working at Lineage. Now mind you, when I don't like this thing that jobs do, right? So they ask you, where do you see yourself in 5 years or 10 years, right? I do not like that. Because first of all, why are y'all worried about where I see myself at 5 years from now? That's none of your fucking business. And then too, knowing now that these corporations do witchcraft, because what they was doing to me was they was trying to harvest my energy. That's what the fuck they was trying to do. They was trying to harvest my energy. Because like I said in part 1, 2, 3, and 4, wherever, the people that I was hanging with, Candace, Mimi, my baby daddy, and whoever else, they was benefiting from my energy. Anybody that comes in contact with me benefits from my energy. Their life goes, it gets better. I would say that. And so that's what they were doing. They was trying to harvest that energy for themselves. My baby daddy even tried to destiny swap with me, and that's gonna be a whole nother story. And that's gonna be a separate story from this. So so I get hired on that Lineage, and I wanted to do forklift, but baby, when I seen them forklifts and I seen how tight that freezer was, I was like, oh, this definitely a setup for you to be dropping pallets every day, and you're gonna be sitting in that cold ass freezer, trying to pick all that shit up. And then on top of that, the way them motherfuckers drive in that freezer, I'm talking about be speeding through there. They don't blow their horn, so you could be getting ready to come out the damn aisle and go out the freezer, and somebody will come through there, be damn near about to come through that bitch and run you the fuck over. So I get hired on there, right? And the coworker, his name is Q, right? So I guess he done talked good about me to everybody in the warehouse. And a couple of other coworkers from HelloFresh also worked there. So it was Q, it was damn, what was his name? It was Q, this other guy, I can't think of his name right now, and then who else was there? Oh, James. So they was already there. All three of these guys was from HelloFresh too. So, you know, my trainer is a little short Mexican dude named I always want to call his man Victor. And reason being is because him and Victor always hung together. But his name was damn, what was his name? I forgot the boy name. But anyway, so it'll come to me. But anyway, he you know, he was my trainer. So basically I was with him for, I would say, about a month, doing training, like probably a month and a half. And you know, he, you know, we had to start from basically from the bottom. I got certified on the EPJs, and then the Docker, which at HelloFresh I didn't know how to drive the Dockers or whatever, because we didn't never use them. I just used the forklift and EPJs. So that was, you know, that was like a plus for me. So so I come in and, you know, he training me on, you know, how to, you know, recognize stuff on the boxes and pallets and stuff like that. Just, you know, training me, right? So everything was cool, you know. He introduced me to everybody in, you know, that's in the warehouse or whatever. And stuff like that, right? So him and, mind you, like I said, him and Victor was like this. They ace boom coons. The motherfuckers done been there for years, like 10 plus years. So they was always, you know, sometimes Victor, like if Victor didn't have a partner that day, he will, you know, come with us. Like he'll unload the trailer and then I'll receive it. And so, you know, with that being, with him, you know, helping us or whatever, so I kind of got a little cool with Victor or whatever. Well, I didn't say I got cool with him. I just looked at him as a cool person at that point in time. So, it was this one particular day I had peeped that a trailer came in that we was finna get ready to unload, and it's motherfucking HelloFresh products, right? It's they meat. So I was like, wow. So I said, basically, I just got fired from HelloFresh, and now I'm here at this job, and their HelloFresh is a customer of theirs. So these motherfuckers is keeping an eye on me. So I said, what a big coincidence. And I don't believe in coincidences. So anyway, so I played it cool. I was like, wow. I was like, really? That's interesting. That's interesting to know. And then shit started happening, right? Well, a little small shit, right? So this one particular day, this is when I you know, my trainer had let me go. He was like, you think you ready to, you know, be out here and just start doing it on your own? So I was like, yeah, cool, I got this. And he really didn't want to let me go because that meant his ass had to get to work and start unloading trailers. So So basically, I'm out by myself. So he ended up giving me his old Docker, and it was 147, because they had the numbers on it. So like when you come in, you gotta sign a paper, basically sign off on the Docker saying you're using it. And we supposed to put our name up under that number or whatever, like our name tag or whatever, under the number to show that we using that Docker, right? So when I first came in, we doing this, right? And then eventually people stopped doing it. So this one particular day, I'm working by myself, so I'm unloading my trailer, right? And it's Ajinomoto. I hate doing these fucking pallets because, for one, they have the trailer jam packed. The pallets be bad as fuck. And then two, it's in door 42, like right next to the damn, leads desk, right? So, because a lot of times they would have me unload right there in front of them to keep an eye on me for some reason. We know why, but yeah. So, I probably unload like, I would say four pallets, and then it was time for us to go to break. So I close up the trailer and come, and I park my Docker right where I was unloading my trailer. So I come back, and after break, and I come back and I get started, and I'm getting ready to go in the trailer and get up under the pallet, and I kind of noticed that my forks wasn't right on my Docker. So I'm like something ain't right, because like I'm noticing like my pallet is tilting, right? So I'm like, something ain't right. So I done pulled off about 3 pallets, but I'm still noticing like something ain't right. So I was like, I got off and I looked at the forks, and I was like, somebody moved my shit, because they was closer together. And so I was like, I can't get up under this, because the pallets was turned sideways. So like when they turn sideways, sometimes you have to maneuver your forks. But my forks they won in a certain spot where I could actually get up under the pallet from the side. Like every time I tried to go up under, even if I tried to shift the forks or whatever, I could not get up under that pallet, and it was tearing up the pallet. So I was like, you know what? So I went, because I was like, I know somebody fuck with my forks. I went up to that desk. I was pissed off already, because I'm like, okay, here we go with the shits again. So I said, I don't know who the fuck. I just walked up to the desk. I don't know who the fuck moved my forks, but y'all need to come move my shit back. I said, I can't fucking work like this. And I said, I'm not doing shit else until y'all fix these motherfucking forks. And, because mind you, I came in, I'm being me. So when you look at me, you see these glasses, you see this cute face, you see this smile, you see me being nice all the time. But then when you hear that other side, you be like, what the fuck? Where'd that come from? So that's how they was looking at me, like, oh shit, I think we fucking with the wrong one. No, yeah, bitch, you are. You got the right one. So I was standing there next to them 3 pallets that I unloaded. I was standing there with my motherfucking orange fold, and I said, I'm not doing shit else until y'all come fix these motherfucking forks. Cause I didn't know how to move the forks. Like I seen people do it, but I was like, in that moment I didn't know how to do it, and obviously it wasn't meant for me to motherfucking do it. And I wasn't gonna do it, cause I know somebody moved them motherfucking forks, because I was able to get 2 pallets out, and they was turned sideways. I was able to get them 2 pallets off with no problems. But then when I come back from lunch, it's a problem. I can't even get up under the motherfucking pallets. Yeah, somebody fuck with my shit. So one of the leads, he wasn't even really a lead or whatever. He was supposed to be a trainer, but I don't know. People got holding titles that they shouldn't be holding. So he came, he fixed my forks for me. And I said thank you, and I went back to work unloading that trailer. And then that happened. And then also, mind y'all, this warehouse is mainly males and it's mainly Hispanics. Now, I don't have nothing against nobody, but I have always had trouble with Hispanic women. And of course, that's not to make it a race thing at all, but I've always had issues with Hispanic women not liking me. I could be nice to these motherfuckers all day, but that don't mean shit. They just don't like me. And I'm okay with it, but don't come for me. Please don't. Just don't do that. So, like, okay, we have our locker room, right? So, mind you, this a cold warehouse too. So, whenever I needed to warm up, cause like we had a little dryer, so I put my hat and coat or whatever in the dryer, and then I'll go sit up there and warm up for a little bit, drink a little coffee or whatever. We really weren't supposed to be in a locker room drinking coffee and shit like that, but I'm like, okay, bitch, I'm not finna sit in the break room, then y'all come fuck with me. So, I will drink my coffee, then I'll go in the locker room, use the restroom. So when I would go in there, at the point of time, it's this young girl. She's always sitting in this motherfucker, always sitting in the locker room, ain't doing shit. She'll be on her phone, she'll be in that bitch eating. It ain't even lunchtime, but she in there eating. She wasn't the only one. It would be her, this Mexican lady named Maria, Andrea, and Yami. Like, every time I come in there to go use the restroom, these motherfuckers sitting in that bitch chilling, right? So I'm like, okay, if this what we doing, bitch, I'm finna do it too. Cause, like I said, if y'all finna enforce these motherfucking rules, y'all gonna enforce them for everybody, not just certain motherfucking people. So I was like, I'm gonna sit in this bitch too. So I started sitting there, taking me a little break, just like they was. So, the little chick or whatever, the little Mexican chick, I can't think of the baby name to save my life. She had, like I said, she had some kind of pull with the managers. I probably had some over them. Probably was fucking them, one of them, or some of them, all of them. Who knows? Because she was that type. So she was cool with this little short Mexican boy named Chris. And because I think at that point in time it was two Chris's. So the one she was really cool with, he was short, he had real curly hair, and he, like, obviously they done fucked around or something, I don't know, but they, would always be play fighting with each other. So obviously she telling him that she don't like me and this, that, and the third. So what he did was, this motherfucker started getting, like, mind you, like I said, we got assigned doctors. So my trainer had gave me his old doctor, so they assigned that one to me. So this motherfucker started coming in, like, same thing they was doing at HelloFresh. He started coming in and taking my doctor. At first, I come in because like normally all the doctors and pallet jacks and stuff, they parked insert like by the 44 by the desk. So certain mornings I would come in, I can't find my docker. So I gotta go on a motherfucking witch hunt for my docker. Sometimes it'll be down on dock 5, or it'll be in the freezer somewhere, or it'll be in the mold. And I didn't get to work till I found my motherfucking docker. So it was this one particular day, I come out on the floor, and I had came out late or whatever, and I come downstairs to the desk, and he got motherfucking docker. I like, cause I'm talking about, I'm walking around warehouse looking for it. He got it, but obviously he was trying to, like hide from me, so I wouldn't see him with it when he first got it. So I guess he went in the freezer, went around, then came back. So he pulled up as I'm standing at the desk, and I look over and I'm like, that's my fucking docker. So I walk up to him, I was like, hey, that's my docker. Can you get my stuff? Can you get out for it? So then he was like, oh, I didn't know. Yes, the fuck you did. I haven't been here for months at this point in time. You know this not your fucking docker. You know what's mine, because you done seen me drive this bitch every day for the past months that I've been here. Don't fucking play with me. So he took his stuff off, and then he, I got on my docker, whatever. We went to work that day. So then a couple of days go by, and he do it again. So this time I didn't say nothing. So he done pulled up by the desk again. So I just politely went over to the doctor, took all his shit off, sat it on the desk, and he walked up to me. He was like, what you doing? I said, I'm taking your shit off my docker, because like I told you the last time, this is my fucking docker. I don't know why you keep getting it. And I don't care. You know it's mine. I didn't know. I don't give a fuck. Get off my shit. And I said, next time, if you take my docker, I'm going to throw your shit in the trash. So I got my docker, and I went my ass to work. Like, don't keep coming for me. And that's what they kept doing. They kept coming for me. But from HelloFresh, I learned to, to try and cool myself down. But I let the motherfuckers know, like, don't keep playing with me. But then it got to a point I stopped saying anything. But I feel like I wasn't saying anything was because they was attacking my throat chakra. And I say that because, like, okay, we can listen to music. So I'm just freely in this bitch, listening to my music, I'm singing and everything. And nobody wasn't saying anything to me about my singing or whatever, which I didn't give a fuck. If you did, I'm still gonna sing. And I was singing loud, I didn't give a fuck. So so I ended up somehow dating this guy named David. Shouldn't have did that. But I ended up dating him. Well, I don't even think we was dating. We was talking. That's it. So like this one particular day, we were like we unloading trucks, right? So he had came, and I think we had the last truck or something like that. I don't know. But he came to help us. well, he came to help me, or was I with a group that I don't know. But anyway, he had came to help or whatever. So, you know, all the guys, they helping like wrapping pallets and, you know, unloading the trailer. And I'm just, you know, standing there receiving the pallets. So when he had pulled up next to me, like I started smelling. I was like, I kind of like, you know, I felt his energy or whatever. So I was like, this, I like kind of like this one, right? So, like every time he came and dropped the pallet next to me, like I started smiling, and I'm just being me, being. So I'm like, I like this little dude. Like he'll come, he came and then he'll like cut the little plastic off so I can put the little stickers on there and shit like that and scan the pallets and all lit. So I was like, I like this one. He actually helping, because some of the other folks, they just come and, you know, they want to do the bare minimum. So he was actually helping or whatever. So me and him, so after we was done, you know, I told him, you know, thank you for helping me, right? So then, mind you, I was, you know, I would always communicate with, you know, the people that I knew from HelloFresh. So Q, I had told him that I liked the guy, and his name is David. So I told him, you know, that I liked him. And then I think before that, because I don't know, for some reason, like, okay, when I first got out on my own from training with my trainer, I was out there, you know, I was by myself. So I was unloading trailers and receiving and all of that shit by myself. And I think certain people that were, you know, the best, supposed to be the best unloader and shit like that, they was getting mad or whatever. And I don't want to sound I don't want to make this seem like I don't like Hispanic women, but this is just something that I've noticed about Hispanic women. Y'all motherfuckers is very jealous. Y'all don't like black women. Y'all are very jealous of us, and it is what it is. Like, and that's not all y'all, but it's the majority. And I don't care if y'all Hispanic, Mexican, Puerto Rican, whatever. A lot of y'all motherfuckers is jealous, very jealous hearted. Y'all, it could be against your own damn people. Y'all got some fucked up hearts now. Y'all need to get your shit together, okay? So, because this certain little group, you know, they was the only little women at, you know, at the warehouse. And when I came in that bitch, I guess I took the shine or whatever. Because all the men want to know who I am. They want to talk to me, this, that, and third. All of them want to be around me. And like I said, I can't help that. I can't help these motherfucking men want to like me and this, that, and third. Which I didn't want to get to know none of them anyway. But like I said, I ended up taking a liking to David. And I honestly feel like with that situation, I really didn't like him. It was a love spell. So, so this one particular day, that, like I said, I had told Q about me liking him. You know, I said I liked him, right? So this motherfucker, hold on, y'all, let me drink my water. This motherfucker started acting all kind of weird, right? What I didn't say when I told him, I said I like somebody here, right? Now mind you, he was at HelloFresh when I was dating my baby daddy Michael, and he was like, who is he, where he at, and this, that, and the third. Like, Q is 60 something, you know, he old enough to be my daddy, right? So he seen what I went through with my baby daddy, so he was like, he don't want to see me go through that again. He used that as an excuse. And so he like, where he at? And y'all, when I say hella dramatic, he, where he at, all this shit, I'm gonna do this and I'm gonna do that. I'm like, bruh, calm the fuck down. I'm just telling you I like somebody. I didn't say we together. I just said I like him. Calm the fuck down. He, now I need to know who he is. No, you don't. So me being me, I'm goofy as fuck. So, cause he like his when he be dramatic, I like seeing it. It's funny. So, so I had I said he just drove by. I said he just drove by. So mind y'all, 2 guys had drove past before he did. So David, when he drove past, he blew his horn, and the reason being was because he already knew that I liked him, because before I told Q, I had said something to Victor about it, and it just came out. Cause like I said, when I first was let go from my trainer, I was by myself, and then they started this group thing. So me and Victor was always working together. So this one particular day, me and Victor was unloading a truck. So Victor was unloading and I was receiving, and like sometimes we'll switch up or whatever. But then it got to the time, majority of the time, he was unloading and I'm just receiving. So David had came down to, you know, like to come help us, because this was like close to the end of the day and it wasn't no more trailers. So when he came down, I looked back, and I guess he was asking, did we need help? So he was like, no, this, you know, I heard Victor tell him, he was like, no, this our last pallet right here. And then I was like, oh, I guess he was trying to help. So we go outside. I go outside to take the lock off the trailer. And then I come back because Victor was sitting on the stairs. So I asked Victor, I was like, I said, this just came out like just like that. I was like, what my boo on it? And I was like, the fuck? Why did I say that? Like, and then he was like, boo? He was like, who your boo? And I was like, nah, I was just playing. And then I was like, nah, but I like David, right? And then he was like, oh, he didn't want to know, he was just coming down to, you know, help us, but we was already on the last pallet. And I was like, oh, okay. So I walked back in or whatever, and then we went home for the day. So I'm pretty sure he had told David already that I liked him. So, like I said, this happened before I had told Q. So I'm fucking with Q, and I'm telling Q, I was like, oh, he just rode by. I was like, the person I like just rode by. So every time David rode by, he blowing the horn, right? So Q like, which one? He kept looking from side to side. And if y'all know him, if y'all would have known Q, like, he dramatic. He is dramatic as fuck. And his movements is quick. Like, I don't know, he act like he done been on drugs before. I'm say that. So so I kept telling her, I was like, he just drove by. He just drove by again. So he kept doing like this real fast. So I'm just sitting there laughing my goofy ass. And then we started after that I finally told him who it was or whatever. And um so he went like cuz David like was on the far end of the warehouse. So this nigga went down there. He was like, I'm finna go down here and talk to him, right? So I was like, no, don't go fuck with him. Like, leave him alone. Then he's like, no, I gotta see if he this, that. And I was like, bruh, leave the boy alone. So he literally went down there and he came back. And so when he came back, he was like, yeah, I went down there and I told that motherfucker, I keep that thing on me. And I looked at him and I was like, what the fuck? Like in that moment, I wasn't playing no more. I was like, I ain't playing no more. I was like, why the fuck would you go down there and say that to somebody like that? I don't give a fuck who they is or what you think they about. Why would you say that to anybody? And he, no, baby girl, I seen what you've been through and this, that, and third. I don't want you to go through that again. So I had to let him know. That's not your place to do that. I don't give a fuck who you are or who you think you are to me. That's not your fucking place to say or do that to anybody. I said, what if he go and report you to HR for you saying that? And then you get in trouble. And then so with him doing that, that just gave me the heads up. Something wrong with this motherfucker. And to be honest, since HelloFresh, dude was trying to talk to me for the longest. And every time I turned his ass down because I'm like, first of all, you're not my type. I've dated older guys, but you are old enough to be my daddy. And I'm just going to say that you ugly as fuck, okay? You got one, you got the Nanny McPhee going on, okay? That one tooth is hanging on that gum. Your breath is funky. No. Baby, no. And the ones that I gave the time to, they weren't deserving of the motherfucking time, but God was testing their ass, okay? So, and then it was a learning process for me as well. I was learning how to not to be so motherfucking naive and trusting the motherfucking people, y'all. And God was like knocking my ass upside the head. You gonna get this shit right? You gonna get this shit right, daughter, okay? You gonna stop this shit. You gonna stop being so naive and trusting the people and giving your energy to everybody. That's what the fuck these lessons is for, okay? So don't fucking judge me, bitch. Judge your mama. So, so from when he said that shit, I was like, I looked at him totally different. And to be honest, I think I stopped talking to him after that day. I think I really did. Or it was a little bit after that. But I stopped talking to him. So, this one particular day, was me and David working together? I think we was. I think we ended up working together that day. And this was at the end of the day. And then this was because we had the same schedule. So this was our last day, and then we was off. I think our schedule was Sunday through Thursday. So we was off Friday and Saturday. So, I had, I wrote my number down and I put it on his, because our darkers was parked like right next to each other. So I I slid it under his arm and gave him my number and I was like, use it if you want to. So, he texted me or whatever, and then we was messaging each other, and then started hanging out or whatever. So I started going over his house and things like that. So mind y'all, the shit that I went through at HelloFresh, had, you know, it changed me, right? So I had began to start fasting, and I had already started fasting when I met David. I was I was on that fast for a long time, like probably a month. I would say it was a long time. I don't even know. Like I say, it had to been a month. So I was already deep into the fast when I met David. And when I went over there, we were gardening, right? Um, what part is this? Is this part 8? So I'm gonna see y'all in the next part. So bye, y'all.